Hello and welcome to the first video of 2018. I'm sorry it's been a while since the last video, but I have been busy doing other bits and bobs. So I'll show you what I have been doing on the layout since the last update. Right, just before I go over to the viaduct and show you what's been going off over there, as you can see in front of you is the engine shed. I got this for Christmas, and because I've been eyeing up for it for a long time, and then I got one of these. So it just finishes this area off quite nicely over here, and as you can see, it's one of the big ones. It's made by Bachmann, so it's quite a good model. The only problem I had with it when I got it was I had to sort some of the windows out because they popped out, but soon glued them back into place. So not too bad on that. So obviously over in this area will be developed at some stage, obviously with the water tower and other bits and bobs around it. But overall it looks really nice just there. So now, as you can see, here's the viaduct. It's all been done and sorted, so all the track and some greenery at last on the layout. I only did it last month. It took me about over a good few days to do and whatnot, and so it's turned out, I say, rather well. Rather pleased with what I've done. So you can see there's some sheep on there now and bits. So it's all done with obviously scatters, all by Wool and Scenic, and then obviously you can see the grass on top, which is I think it's Mini Nature static grass I've used. So that's all done around the top, and as you can see it's hedging and a bit of fencing. So it gives a nice focal point over in this corner now. So just moving down underneath, as you probably saw in the lower shot, I have put the tracks underneath. So that obviously goes into the back. I just decided to blank it off. I know some people gave me some nice suggestions, but for the time being it was just nice to just do that. So around the edges of the tunnel inside, it's I've put brick carding. So if you ever, in certain angles you can just see it, but obviously where I am now you can't. But it's all done now with obviously the trees and bushes down each side. So nice like overgrown effect. And obviously I put some like scatters of grass down the sides and some bushes underneath. And I just weathered a tiny bit on the sides there. So obviously it's been ballasted and weathered on the track and that. So that's all. It's Wood and Scenic's medium grey ballast I use, and then it's rail match paints I use for the airbrushing on the tracks. So same on here as well. And it does make a really nice shot when you're running engines over now. As you can see the P2s there. The reason that's been there, it's just I think it was 2 weeks ago now. I fitted everything to it. It had sound in since I first got it, because it originally came from Olivia Trains, and I took that sound coder out because I wasn't happy with it, and I replaced it with a Ginty Trains sound now, and it's got firebox glow. As you can see, it's got smoke and it's got lights. So it took me quite a bit to do it. It was a bit faffy of doing the lights at the front, doing them. It was easy enough doing, let's say, fitting them, but it was getting the wire because of the cylinders. Because when you put it underneath, there isn't much room for the wires, and it was so hard to try and get the body back on. But in the end, I managed to do it. And it's got tail lights at the back as well. So when it's going forward, obviously The red one comes on when it goes into reverse, the yellow one comes on. And this one I've obviously fitted a crew to it as well, because not many of my models have them on. They're Backman ones, and just weathered them up with some weathering powders, so they're inside now. So that's all come together quite nicely on that little model. Right, one of the other things I've done is I had this Fowler for quite a few years now as well, and this one came from Olivia Trains. Now I know you can see inside the in the cab there's a sugar cube speaker. Now it's not so predominant as it used to be, because you can obviously see straight through now. Because when I got this, which was a bit of a shame really, I don't know why they did it, but it has, you can't see it on this camera angle, I don't think, it's too a bit too dark, but it did, there you go, it did have, well, cab detail inside. Now it went all the way down, but for some reason when they fitted the speaker, they chopped that all out. So obviously the speaker fitted all the way inside a flat. Now I know from the Staniers I've got, there was plenty of room to fit a speaker inside here, so I don't know why they didn't do that. But anyway, I took the speaker out and then I replaced it with a Zimmo Sugar Cube speaker, and it sounds 10 times better now with that one. And I've done the same with the Ginty, which I'll show you in a sec. Right, here's the little Ginty, and I've done the same thing to this one as well. Now this came from them because it came pre-fitted with sound, but when I got it I had to have Stay Alive fitted. Now you will have seen in other shots it used to sit right on top of the cab up there. Well, what I've done is I still need to sort of bit out, because I can see, you know, there's just a few of the wires poking up there. I just need to readjust them. But I took the speaker out, put a sugar cube in, and then I very neatly just put the Stay Alive down at the back of it. But from angles now you can't see it as much now, and it's not so noticeable if you don't know it's there. So it's made that model look a bit better than it was. But both of these have been reblown. Got these reblown at Digitrains. So the Fowler got done, and then obviously I took the Ginty and that got reblown by them as well. So both got better sounds in there. Right. Just going over to the station area, as you can see some trees and have appeared now at the back, and some lights. So last weekend I think it was, I was busy sorting all the lights out for this. They all work. I'll just get them switched on in a minute. The gas lamps are made by Gauge Master, so they're all done there. So as you can see a bit behind the station there, just after painting it black for the tarmac. Just did that yesterday, and well, I did all the trees and that, but I'll say I did the lights last weekend. So it's all starting to come together. Obviously just focus on this area now, and then it's a case of fitting the lights to the other platform, the big platform, get them sorted, and obviously the basting and track in between. I'll just go around the other side and you can see from that side. So now you can see with the lamps all lit up, they just run off a very low wattage. I think I've got them on 3 volts adapter. It's a variable one, you can just change what voltage you want them on, so I've got them on a quite low wattage. And it gives off a really nice effect, especially when it's dark in here. Looks really good. And also I fitted some lights inside the in the station as well. So just going around the back, you can see I've done a bit of the scenic work down there, and then down the back of the station. Now down the back of the station I've put some brown ballast down. You won't be able to see because I think it's too dark for the camera, and then just put some scatters on the top, so it was all a bit like shrubbery, a bit all overgrown and etc. And just put a few trees down there. So around the back, obviously it's got to have another coat of black on today, and then obviously put some shrubbery down there. Now this from here all the way down is all going to be scenic, so I'm just going to put a fence down, and then obviously start putting some greenery down. And then like this is all like a car park, so that's the road which we're going all the way down there, and then eventually it will be having the factories just down here with some cobblestone in front of it, and that's at a later date. So obviously you have to imagine there's a road here, it comes in, then it goes down there, and obviously it kind of goes into a little bit of a car park that way. But it's not looking too bad over here. So hopefully you've enjoyed this update of the layout, and I'm sorry it's been a while, but I have been busy, as you can see. So I'll see you again soon. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again. Bye for now.